Long before modern cities and technology, there was a group of adventurers known as Jason and the Argonauts. Their story takes place in ancient Greece, a land filled with myths, gods, and heroes. This tale has been told and retold for thousands of years, influencing many stories and movies, like the one with clay skeletons from the 1960s. The oldest story of Jason and his crew comes from a poem called the Argonautica, written by Apollonius of Rhodes. This poem is like other famous Greek stories such as the Iliad and the Odyssey. But instead of focusing on the Trojan War, it tells us about the young Prince Jason's journey. Jason's life started with drama and danger. He was born a prince, the son of King Aeson, who ruled Iolcus, a place in northern Greece. But being a prince didn't mean he was safe. His half-brother Peleus wanted to be king and saw baby Jason as a threat. To protect Jason, King Aeson sent him away to Chiron, a wise centaur who was known for teaching young princes. In Greek myths, Chiron was like a headmaster of an ancient school, where heroes were made. Many famous Greek heroes, like Hercules, were said to have been taught by Chiron. Another version of the story says that Jason's mother, Alcimede, had to hide him from Peleus by pretending that Jason was stillborn. She then secretly took Jason to Chiron for safety. Growing up with Chiron, Jason learned many skills that a prince and future hero needed. He was taught how to fight with swords and throw javelins, important skills for survival in those days. Remember, this was a time of kings and warriors, and knowing how to fight was crucial. Chiron also introduced Jason to the arts, especially music. He taught him to play the lyre, an ancient instrument similar to a guitar but made with strings over a tortoise shell. Music was a big part of Greek culture. Besides fighting and music, Chiron taught Jason about medicine. Back then, there were no hospitals like we have now, so knowing how to treat injuries was very important. Interestingly, the name Jason means healer, which shows his connection to medicine. Many famous students, like Hercules and Achilles, were also taught by Chiron. As Jason grew up, he decided to go back to Iolcus to reclaim his throne from Peleus. But taking back his kingdom wasn't going to be easy. Peleus was a clever and controlling ruler. When Jason got back to Iolcus, he wasn't welcomed as a prince. Instead, Peleus challenged him. He gave Jason a nearly impossible task: to find the Golden Fleece. Now, what was the Golden Fleece? It was a magical golden coat from a special ram. This fleece was not only valuable but also had powerful magic. It was kept far away in a place called Colchis, guarded by a dragon. Finding and bringing back the Golden Fleece was a task that seemed impossible. Jason, determined and brave, decided to take on this challenge. He gathered a group of heroes, and together they built a magnificent ship called the Argo. The crew of this ship, including famous names like Hercules and Orpheus, were known as the Argonauts. The journey of Jason and the Argonauts was full of adventures, dangers, and wonders. They sailed through uncharted waters, met strange creatures, and faced various challenges. Their story is filled with exciting events, like battling giants, escaping from enchanting women who could turn men into animals, and even encounters with gods and goddesses. One of the most famous parts of their journey was the encounter with the Harpies, which were terrifying creatures with a bird's body and a woman's face. They were stealing food from a blind prophet, whom Jason and his crew helped. In return, the prophet gave them valuable advice for their journey. Another famous story is their encounter with the Symplegades, giant rocks that smashed together, crushing anything that passed between them. With clever planning and the help of the gods, they managed to get past these dangerous rocks. There's often a prophecy in many great stories, and Jason's story was no different. This prophecy was a warning for Peleus, the king, and gave hope to those who heard Jason's tale. The prophecy said that Peleus would meet his end because of a man wearing only one sandal. And as fate would have it, Jason became that one-sandaled man after crossing a river and losing one of his sandals. When Jason returned to his home in Iolcus, Peleus was having a big feast. He quickly spotted Jason's missing sandal and realized he was the man from the prophecy. Worried, Peleus quickly thought up a dangerous plan for Jason. He told Jason to go on a risky journey across the Black Sea to find the Golden Fleece and return it to Iolcus. To take on this big adventure, a group of the bravest heroes from all over Greece came together. This team included famous names like Hercules, Orpheus, Atalanta, and even Peleus' son, Acastus. They all wanted to be part of this exciting journey to the farthest edges of the world. They needed a strong ship for such a journey, and a man named Argus built it. The goddess Athena, who loved smart thinking and good craftsmanship, helped him. Once the ship was ready, they needed a leader. After some discussion, where even the well-known Hercules said no to being the leader, Jason was chosen to lead the team. Colchis, where the Golden Fleece was very far away. On their way, Jason and his crew stopped at many islands. One of these was Lemnos, where they found only women. The women had lived alone after a curse made the men leave them. The Argonauts' visit led to new people being born on the island, called the Minyai. Then they went to Cyzicus, where they fought giants with 6 arms who tried to destroy their ship. That night, they accidentally fought the island's people, mistaking them for enemies. In the morning, realizing their mistake, they held a big funeral for the people they had wrongly fought. Not many people had traveled as far as Colchis. The blind king Phineus, who knew where Colchis was, helped Jason and his crew. Zeus, the top god, had made Phineus blind, and the sun god Helios sent creatures called harpies to steal his food. Jason and his team chased away the harpies, and Phineus was so grateful that he told them how to get to Colchis. Phineus explained that they had to pass through a dangerous sea passage with 2 big rocks that smashed together to reach Colchis. He advised Jason to send a dove through first. If the dove made it, their ship could follow right after, using the wind and sea patterns to make it through safely. Jason and his crew, the Argonauts, faced many challenges in their quest. Despite some damage to their ship, they successfully sailed through dangerous clashing rocks to reach Colchis. There, King Aetes, who had the Golden Fleece, set conditions for Jason to get it. More tests awaited Jason. Jason's first test was to use fire-breathing oxen to plow a field and plant special seeds. Medea, a powerful witch who fell in love with Jason due to a spell, helped him. She gave him a special ointment that protected him from fire. She also warned him that the seeds would turn into skeleton warriors. Jason cleverly made the skeletons fight each other, allowing him to complete the task safely. The next task was to take the Golden Fleece from a tree guarded by a dragon that never slept. Once again, Medea helped Jason by giving him a potion to put the dragon to sleep. This allowed Jason to take the fleece without any harm. However, the love spell on Medea led to problems. Her love for Jason became dangerous, and she committed terrible acts for him. When King Aetes chased them, Medea killed her own brother and threw his body into the sea, distracting the king. As a punishment for this awful act, Zeus, the top god, sent strong winds to blow the Argonauts off course. Later, they encountered the Sirens, creatures with enchanting voices that lured sailors to their doom. Luckily, Orpheus, a musician with the Argonauts, used his singing and lyre playing to overpower the Sirens' voices, allowing the crew to pass safely. After more adventures, including defeating an ancient robot with Medea's help, Jason returned to Iolcus with the Golden Fleece. The fleece was magical and brought prosperity to the city. Jason reclaimed the throne, and Medea used her magic to make Jason's aging father young again. But peace didn't last. Medea offered the same magic to Pelias but killed him instead. Jason and Medea had to flee Iolcus because of this murder. Their relationship deteriorated after Jason chose to marry another princess, angering Medea. He tried to reclaim the throne again later but was cursed by Hera, the goddess of marriage, for abandoning Medea. He became lonely and friendless. Jason's life ended tragically. He was resting under the Argo, the ship that symbolized his great adventures, when its rotting stern broke off and crushed him. This was a sad and sudden end to a hero's story. If you're captivated by these ancient tales of adventure and treachery, please like and subscribe to join us for more.